WMO 1073, Pittsburgh's number one for hip hop and R&B. Pretty Kitty on your radio. What's good in your hood? How about some Black excellence? How about that? No, it's not February, and we talk about this after February. Okay, the University of Pittsburgh and the Pitt African American Alumni Council (AAAC) or AAAC are honored to host the 2026 Black Alumni Collective Conference. This is happening in the summer. Mark it on your calendars, May 28th and 31st. Now, I don't know much about it, so I'm not going to speak on it. But we have some beautiful Black queens here to talk about this. We have Dr. Melissa Hagan, and we have Miss Allison Reeves. Dr. Hagan is Pitt alum. Allison Reeves is going to speak on why this is so necessary for the city of Pittsburgh. And when we were talking off mic, I got all excited because I'll tell you why I get excited. But first things first, tell us about the Black Alumni Collective Conference and why we are here today. How about that?
Hey, friends, family, and community members and leaders. This is Allison Reeves. I'm actually dialing in from Atlanta, Georgia, but I can't wait to come to the Steel City in just under 2 months. So we're really bringing together Black alums from schools across the country, right? This is part of the Black Alumni Collective's work. We're an independent nonprofit organization. And our mission is to really unify and empower Black alums, again, from schools across the country through civic engagement, economics, and advocacy. We have been hosted in previous years by schools including Duke University, Florida State University. We've also been at the University of South Carolina, the Citadel, and the College of Charleston. We were there just a few years ago, and our last national conference was hosted by Rutgers University in New Brunswick. Now, our theme this year, and team, we've got a lot happening in our world and in our country. And so this year we wanted to focus on not one, not two, but three themes. Number one is campus. Number two is corporate. Number three is Congress. And we like the triple C, right? So the campus track will focus on all of the kinds of conversations that will be useful for college students and those who will be making their way there. Our corporate track focuses on business development, leadership development for both business leaders and entrepreneurs. Our Congress track will focus on advocacy and civic engagement like never before. Why? Because when you're able to bring together Black voices in spaces like this, we're able to build and create the future that we want. And so these conferences have always focused on whatever is prominently needed at the time. And Black leadership and Black excellence, when we convene anywhere, will really create a solid and sustainable future that we can all look forward to. And we're really excited to land in Pittsburgh to talk about those things.
Thank you. Dr. Hagan, the theme is the fierce urgency of now, Black advocacy from campus to corporate to Congress. Thank you, Allison, for breaking it down. When we look at the TV, when we look at our social media pages, Dr. Hagan, we are constantly seeing just negative images, negative content, and even the stories that upset us where our images are in conversations are being erased pretty much. And so would you say a conference like this for educated Black men and women or anyone who is interested in a subject of this matter, that it's right on time? And how would you speak on that?
That's a great question. And thank you so much. Again, I'm Melissa Hagan, graduate from the University of Pittsburgh and the School of Public Health also. I'm an epidemiologist, so just great to be able to represent Pitt at this conference. And this is a very timely matter, as you said, because right now, we are being shown disproportionately not being educated, not having the resources to be able to thrive and survive. And that is sometimes the case, yes, but for most often, we are really happy to be able to celebrate the greatness that the University of Pittsburgh has provided some of the people in the Pittsburgh area. Also, this conference aligns, as you mentioned, the Pittsburgh AAAC, or the African American Alumni Council, and that was formed to advance and bring together Black alumni in the community to do great things in the community. I'm dialing in from New Jersey, but I'm also the president of the African American Alumni Association in North Jersey. So spreading the information and bringing the news of Pitt and what the great things that we're doing to New Jersey. So that's what we're so important, so grateful and important about this conference.
We talked off mic about the conference, and I said immediately the ignorant mind would assume that this would be for students who were currently enrolled or graduated from, or maybe even have an interest in an HBCU, because that's pretty much the messaging. But no, that is not the case. Allison, do you want to expound on that? Like, that's not the case here at all, right?
No, and it's a fascinating question because it took us a while to come up with the name of our organization, the Black Alumni Collective, right? And as a collective group, and we think about what that word means in our community and our history, the whole purpose of the organization is to do in fact, the exact opposite. Bring together Black alums, no matter your school, whether you're PWI, an HBCU, or community college. The whole point is to really create relationships that go beyond state borders, that go beyond school ties, that go beyond fraternity and sorority organizations. And it's a unifier that really stretches across the country and, in fact, world. Last year, we had an opportunity to work with the University of Ghana, and we took 50 Black alums to Accra and Cape Coast for a 2-week international experience. Next year, we'll be heading to Cape Town and Johannesburg for our second international experience in South Africa. And so the idea is to really connect people across the diaspora in spaces to celebrate Black excellence and really lift it up for the next generation. So no matter the background, HBCU, PWI, community college, and for those who may have gone to the University of Life, our whole goal is to really unite Black people like never before. And we're so excited to do it in Pittsburgh.
The hosts that will be involved, Pitt, AAAC, PWA, BAC. Why was it so? I mean, when you're planning an event of this magnitude, you're hosting your guests, your attendees. It's all intentional. Why was it necessary to have this platform and to have the everyone that's involved be involved? Dr. Hagan, as far as the hosts. Okay,
So
or
let me kick it
Allison.
off first, and then
Yeah. Go ahead.
turn
I'm
it over to
sorry.
Dr. Hagan.
Yeah.
So our whole purpose is to have these conferences on campuses so that we're able to really understand what campuses mean in the journey of Black students and Black
Yeah.
alums that attended there. We originally got started in the Southeast, where Black alumni associations were required because of all of the challenges that came out of segregation, right? And when schools began to integrate, they had to have Black alumni associations in order to make the journey of Black students and Black alums a lot more pleasant in the Southeast.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got our first conference at Georgia Tech. Our second conference was at Florida State University. And our very first conference in the Northeast was at Rutgers. And so we were able to intentionally look at different geographic areas to really do a couple things. Number one, unify Black alums no matter the state or region, right? And number two, help us understand as a collective what historical struggles have been in the Northeast, the Southeast, and the West for Black students and Black alums who broke down the doors and were trailblazers at their time. And I'll ask Dr. Hagan to weigh in on what trailblazers look like at Pitt, because Pittsburgh was also specifically chosen because of the magnitude, the confidence, and the bravery of Black alums and students over the years to make the University of Pittsburgh the place that it is now. Mm-hmm. And so we've been working closely with leaders at Pitt for more than 2 years to bring the conference there. So I'll pivot to Dr. Hagan, who can tell us a little more.
I think where I want to start is talking just a little about the history of the AAAC, right? It was established in 1980 because groups of students wanted to get together, as Allison said, just to collaborate, talk about Black excellence, talk about the advances that we've been able to achieve because of our affiliation with the University of Pittsburgh. So not only has the AAAC been in Pittsburgh, we've expanded, and now we have chapters, I said, in North New Jersey, in Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Metro Harrisburg, Atlanta, and the Carolinas and Philadelphia. All of us coming together to, again, align and bring this Black collective here, but also to, as alumni of University of Pittsburgh, just to be able to talk about some of the things and bring together the greatness from Pitt.
Okay. So I love this. I have nieces who are about to graduate high school. And, they want to hear they're tired of hearing auntie talk about, you need to go to school, you need to do this, you need to do that. Is this an event for them? Is this an event for if you're already in school? And then if it is, which I'm happy that it is because I saw you shake your head, how can we get them registered? What do we need to do to get them involved? Because I don't need them turning their heads to look at anything else to get distracted. I'm like, I need you to focus.
Indeed. Thank you for that. That's such an uplifting question because by the time you're a senior, you're late in the game,
Yep.
right? When you think about the high school students who have, the idea of going to an institution of higher education, I mean, it started way back, when you're a
Right.
young person and you start to do all of the activities, you have the GPA, and you're able to, create a vision of yourself on a college campus.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that this conference specifically is a good match for high school juniors and seniors
Okay.
who already know I'm college bound and I need to start collecting the tools to help my way there. We'll have 3 tracks. As I mentioned, that first track is for college students and college bound students.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to have a number of conversations, including what it looks like to build connections before you get to campus. We have sessions, that really also dictate, and kind of give some guidance around how you can advocate for yourself as a potential candidate for a particular university. I had a good friend of mine who is ushering a family member through her own university application process. And it's an uplifting time, and we want to make sure it's successful. So it's conferences like this that really help high school students create the glide path to a successful college application process.
Awesome.
Now, for college students, our registration rate will be $50 per college student with a valid ID. Registration for an adult will be $310 for the 4-day conference. Mm-hmm. For high schoolers, we're glad to help think about what it looks like to bring small groups of high schoolers to the conference. And you can feel free to be in touch with me directly, and I can make sure I'm providing all the support necessary to get high schoolers there.
Okay. All right. Dr. Hagan, any final messaging you want to the parents watching, grandparents watching, mentors watching, and we got their attention, and so how can we get them involved? How can we get them registered, or what is your message to them and why they should be involved in this event?
We definitely need especially as I said, we talked about what's going on in the nation.
Yeah.
So this is a place where they can come and see successful Black men and women who've overachieved over all the years, and going to a PWI, HBCU also. So I think it's very important. And I think there is going to be a drop where we can give the conference details where people can go and find where they can register. Yeah. I'm also plugging for my session. I'm having a session on Saturday, right, May 30th, talking about advancing health equity in the African American community. So I'm very excited about that. So please come out and join and hear the great things that we're doing in the collective and also at the University of Pittsburgh.
We will have the link on our Facebook and Instagram page. If you are interested, I encourage you to click that link and get more information and register. This is an investment to your future. This is an investment to your child's future. Believe me, you don't want that child coming back home with no idea what they want to do when they grow up. Let's just feed them in there now. Let's get them focused. Let's get them enrolled, and let's get them excited. Thank you so much, ladies, for telling us what's good in your hood. The University of Pittsburgh Pitt African American Alumni Council, the AAAC, they are honored to host the 2026 Black Alumni Collective Conference, May 28th through the 31st. Again, we'll have the links on our Facebook page. Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to get in there before we say goodbye?
I'll say this if I can. Consider this Pittsburgh's conference.
There you
in
go.
Your backyard. All are welcome, whether you have a life degree or college degree. We can't wait to see you.
I love it. And I'm just going to end it right there. Unless, Dr. Hagan, you have something else.
Nothing else to say.
Okay, there you go. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Thanks, lady, for telling us what's good in your hood. It's Whammo 1073.